Dr. Zach Arth. I'm an assistant professor of sports communication here, and I've been here this is my 4th year now. Sports have been a part of my life forever. I was born in Buffalo, right in the middle of the time they were losing 4 Super Bowls in a row. So I was born into it. I've always been a huge baseball fan. That started when I was a kid too, probably playing like a video game or something like that. But a lot of baseball. I do like tennis a pretty good amount. I've recently gotten into soccer. As of this year, I have my own Premier League soccer team for the first time, so I'm a new fan. I watch a little bit of basketball too, but I don't know. I hate to say everything because I don't watch everything equally, but I always think, I joke too, it's like part of my job is to like watch sports, so like I kind of have to be invested in some way. Like I think anything that goes on countrywide, citywide, nationwide, whatever, right? Like they all play out somewhere in a sporting environment. I just think like it is more than a game because when you see things like, you know, gender equity playing out in a sports setting or like racial equity, right? If you go back years when sports finally became integrated, that's a huge moment for not just sports, but for like our world, you know? We still talk about Jackie Robinson. We still talk about like these trailblazers who have done amazing things, right? Just as we see those things happening in our normal lives, right? When it comes to like, I don't know, voting rights or something. The same thing is important in a sports setting too. Good analytics take into account all sorts of evidence, you know, evidence data-wise, but also evidence like player personality-wise, right? And I hate to be like my own brand, but communication, like that's where the middle ground is, you know? Like I could give you an athlete a spreadsheet and say, here, see, this is what you should do. That doesn't mean anything to you, right? Because I've never played the game and you have. But if you have someone who can take this data and information and say, hey Max, if you did this instead, maybe that would improve your play, right? You have to communicate that effectively to athletes. I want to come in and like have a conversation, you know? And like the students' voices are as important as mine is, if not more important. I tell my students all the time, I'm like, I'm gonna learn more from you than you're gonna learn from me. And I like it that way, right? Because we're in a room and we have a chance to have tough conversations about some tough issues that are going on in like the sports world or just the world in general. And I want everyone's voice to be heard, you know? I don't take it the mindset of like, I know right and you don't know anything, right? Or like my opinion is the one you should be listening to. Everyone has an opinion. You have time to share it if you want. But yeah, my mantra has always been, be human. I was like, I come in as a human being, you're a human being, everyone else in the class is a human being, and we're just gonna like, you know, either get along or maybe we won't. I research things like the Olympics and their coverage and how often they cover men versus women, and things like that. And even how broadcasters talk about players of different races and ethnicities and things like that too. So I think if there was a career in sports for me outside of teaching, it might be some sort of like consulting, you know, where it's like helping to eliminate some of those biases that you see, right? Like why is it that announcers talk about black quarterbacks this way, but white quarterbacks that way, right? Like helping eliminate some of that would be interesting, but I'll promote, come and see me at the Wednesday and Thursday night bowling leagues at the local bowling alleys if you want to. But, but otherwise, yeah, not too much to promote, but I appreciate it. It was fun.